Coming up on 5 Minute News. Worldwide COVID death toll 3 times greater than reported. Biden declares disaster in New Mexico wildfires. And first black, gay, female becomes White House press secretary. It's Friday, May 6. I'm Anthony Davis. The World Health Organization has released a report saying almost 3 times as many people have died as a result of COVID-19 as official data shows, the most comprehensive look at the true global toll of the pandemic so far. There were 14.9 million excess deaths associated with COVID by the end of 2021, the UN body said on Thursday. The official count of deaths directly attributed to COVID-19 and reported to the WHO in that period, from January 2020 to the end of December last year, is slightly more than 5.4 million. The WHO's excess mortality figures reflect people who died of COVID-19 as well as those who died as an indirect result of the outbreak, including people who could not access healthcare for other conditions when systems were overwhelmed during huge waves of infection. It also accounts for deaths averted during the pandemic, for example because of the lower risk of traffic accidents during lockdown. But the numbers are also far higher than the official tally because of deaths that were missed in countries without adequate reporting. Even pre-pandemic, around 6 in 10 deaths around the world were not registered, the WHO said. The report said that almost half of the deaths that until now had not been counted were in India. The report suggests that 4.7 million people died there as a result of the pandemic, mainly during a huge surge in May and June 2021. Firefighters in New Mexico have slowed the advance of the largest wildfire currently burning in the US, as Joe Biden declared the situation a disaster, bringing new resources to remote stretches of New Mexico that have been devastated by fire since early April. Nearly 1,300 firefighters and other personnel are currently battling the fire, which has fanned out across 258 square miles of high alpine forest and grasslands at the southern tip of the Rocky Mountains. Fire bosses are seizing upon an interlude of relatively calm and cool weather to prevent the fire from pushing any closer to the small New Mexico city of Las Vegas and other villages scattered along the fire's shifting fronts. Wildfires have become a year-round threat in the drought-stricken West, moving faster and burning hotter than ever due to climate change, scientists and fire experts have said. Rising temperatures have escalated drought conditions, desiccating vegetation that sprang up during last summer's strong monsoon season in the southwest. While the region typically has its driest days in late spring and early summer, the climate crisis has intensified the cycle, setting the stage for bigger blazes and a longer fire season. Biden's disaster declaration releases emergency funds to recovery efforts in 3 counties in northeastern New Mexico where fires are still raging, as well as southern New Mexico areas where wind-driven blazes killed 2 people and destroyed over 200 homes in mid-April. President Biden on Thursday named Karine Jean-Pierre to be the next White House press secretary, the first black woman and openly LGBTQ person to serve in the role, with incumbent Jen Psaki set to leave the post next week. Jean-Pierre takes on the role as the White House faces an uphill battle to help Democrats hold on to the House and Senate in this fall's midterm elections, and as the administration struggles to address Americans' concerns about soaring inflation and the state of the economy. She also comes into the job as Biden faces a daunting array of foreign policy challenges, including the ongoing Russian invasion of Ukraine and North Korea's escalating nuclear testing program. Biden is set to visit South Korea and Japan later this month, and Europe in June. Biden is also bringing back longtime Democratic strategist Anita Dunn as his senior advisor, She had served in the Biden White House last year for several months after Biden was sworn into office. Karine not only brings the experience, talent, and integrity needed for this difficult job, but she will continue to lead the way in communicating about the work of the Biden-Harris administration on behalf of the American people, Biden said, in a statement praising Jean-Pierre, who has served as his principal deputy press secretary since Inauguration Day. Psaki, who leaves the White House on May 13, praised her successor as a partner in truth, noting the significance of the history-making appointment. Representation matters, and she is going to give a voice to so many and show so many what is truly possible when you work hard and dream big, Psaki said. Before joining the Biden presidential campaign, Jean-Pierre was the chief public affairs officer of the progressive group MoveOn.org and a former political analyst for NBC and MSNBC. She also worked in political affairs in the Obama White House and on his re-election campaign. You can subscribe to 5-Minute News on YouTube with your preferred podcast app. Ask your smart speaker or enable 5-Minute News as your Amazon Alexa flash briefing skill. Subscribe, rate and review online at 5minute.news. 5-Minute News is an Evergreen podcast covering politics, inequality, health and climate, delivering independent, unbiased and essential world news daily.